You're now watching Lena Blue TV.
Hey, baby, you could call me Kevin A. I don't need a condom, but girl, you gon' need a ring. I had a dirty CD and my mama took it.
So we got Southside Smoove. What's up?
Good.
I'm alright. How's everything been for you? Like, what's going on right now? How are you handling this coronavirus thing?
Staying at home, smoking, and spending too much money.
Really? You doing a lot of online shopping, or are you going out?
Nah, I'm going out. Spending a little too much.
Yeah,
Food
really?
and unnecessary items. Spent like, what? I spent an unnecessary amount on wrestling toys within like the first week of this shit.
That's
yeah.
cool.
I was trying not to go crazy. I was like, this is gonna let me know I'm alive.
Which ones are you purchasing?
I was purchasing all the new people I fuck with, cause yeah, I've been watching this shit ever since I was super duper little. So I fell off for a little bit, and then I felt bad because I was like, man, I love all these new dudes. Let me support them the way I supported these guys by getting all their shit. Cause I'm like, I could give them to my nieces and nephews if anything. So I spent an unnecessary amount of money on wrestling toys once this corona hit.
What do you do with them? Do you just like show them or?
I just keep them in the room. I play with them if I'm bored enough.
Really?
Hell yeah. Hurricane come through, Connect 4, and toys.
That's dope. That's dope, man. So, how long has wrestling been around? Cause like, I would imagine that like.
Oh gosh, I have no idea. Probably, I don't know, since like the Greek days. But yeah, but as far for me, I still remember the first time. I had to be like 3 years old. I just walked into my parents' room being nosy. We were supposed to be going to a party or something.
Yeah.
And I just got entranced. I was like, what is that?
Yeah.
And it was the Undertaker chokeslam the shit out of somebody, and I was just stuck. I remember it was SmackDown, all that shit. I was telling somebody the other day, I was like, once he retired, I think it was about 2 months ago or something, it was sad. I was like, that's literally the man that made me even understand what this stuff is.
Yeah.
When my man's retired, that shit sucks.
Undertaker.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So at 3 years old, you remember that?
Yeah, I remember a lot from 3 years old. 3 was a weird year. I remember a lot. I fell in love with hip-hop when I was 3. Saw wrestling when I was 3. I don't know, I think I saw my first Method Man video, heard my first DMX song.
Really? So tell me about you falling in love with hip-hop at 3.
It always changes on which song exactly did it. I want to say Killing Me Softly, not Killing Me Softly, Ready or Not by the Fugees, or the Rough Riders anthem, weirdly enough.
Yeah.
3-year-old kid heard the Rough Riders anthem, was like, I need more of this.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was from 3 and on, I was like, okay, I need this CD, I need that, I need these clothes, I want a do-rag, I want Nikes.
Hip-hop, like, literally changed your life, or, you know, just kind of molded your life, because you were 3.
That's literally how my parents used to get me in trouble. Like, if I got in trouble with something, they'd be like, all right, you either can't watch music videos or you can't watch wrestling, pick one. And I'm like, oh, like, they wouldn't even hit me too much. They would just be like, all right, what are you not going to watch this week? I'm like, what the
Yeah, I feel like that's the worst. Like, getting a whooping is like, you get it over quick, but like, you know, when they take away something, it's like, oh my gosh, it's like your life is
like
over.
what? Like, I gotta miss the rollout to the Black Album because I didn't do fucking homework. Thanks, Mom.
You were born in the Bronx.
Yes.
And then you moved to Palm Bay.
Sadly. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
So, how old were you when you came from the Bronx?
2, I want to say. Because it
You were
was
2.
98 in August. So, yeah, I was 2.
What brought you to Palm Bay, like, out of all places?
Shit if I know. My aunt actually had a place out here already, and my parents wanted somewhere that was more safe because I guess the gangs started getting a little crazy in the Bronx at the time. I grew up in like an Ed, Ed, and Eddie type environment. I lived in a cul-de-sac and all the kids hung out with each other, so it was pretty tight. It was like a squad of like 14 niggas since I was like 5 years old.
Do you go back and visit in the Bronx?
Did I go back and visit? Yeah, I did, and weirdly enough, a few months before 9/11 happened.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What was that like for you? Like, did that affect you?
When 9/11 happened, I didn't remember anything about the towers getting hit, but I remember when our first attack on them in retaliation, my pops was watching, and my mom was like, don't be showing them that shit. And I'm like, what is it? I just seen some night vision shit, and then once I seen the explosion, I was like, this looks realer than normal TV. So that's when I was like, all right, this is weird. Something's going on.
You've been making music since you were 12.
Yes.
So what started you making music?
See, that's the question I always try to remember, and I do not know. I don't know. I just know that I've always loved music, or loved rap music, just any type of music, really. And then in the 4th grade, me and my best friend, was still my best friend to this day. My mom always talks about this story. We was heavy on Lil Jon at the time. It was some shit that some 10-year-olds should not have been saying. And that was the first time I wrote a rap, and I don't know. I got in trouble for it, and then I didn't get in trouble for it because we lied our asses off about it, and I didn't tell my mom we lied until about 3-4 years ago, and she's mad at me now. Like, you know how much I vouched for you guys? We said you didn't say that. But it was, I don't know what got me into writing it. I don't know how I gained the rhythm to write, how I pieced. I was always good in English, but rhythm and writing and rhyming and all that, I don't know how it happened, but it did, and I just never stopped. Around 12, I wrote my first rap, and I remember all my brother's friends was outside. It was like 7, 8 at night. They all 5, 4 years older than me, and I just wanted to be like, all right, if I show this to one of them and they think it's cool, I just want them to think it's cool. Like, I didn't think I was going to keep doing it. And I showed it to my homeboy, White Mike, the niggiest white boy you'll ever meet in your life. I love him with all my heart. And he was the one that said, he's like, what are you doing? I was like, oh, shit. I ain't want him to get it. He read it. He got like 5 lines out. He was like, hey, yo, this hard. And showed all of them. I was like, oh, for real? Yeah. And then from that day on, I just kept doing it. I literally got to tell him that story around Christmas last year. I'd randomly seen him during a parade, and I talked to him for like an hour, and I told him that, and he was like, for real? It was me? I'm like, yes, bro. Now,
if he told you it was trash, like, would you be here today?
Hell no. Fuck no. If it was trash, I would have went home and be like, why did I even do this? I should just keep drawing. That's what everybody likes.
And you draw. Yeah.
I could draw characters. That's about it. I could just draw people. That's it. I can't draw animals, cars, just people.
Yeah. What are you gonna do with that? Anything?
I don't know. I'll be wondering, because I've drawn me, I've drawn him, I've drawn a few people.
Yeah. Is it more like realistic, or is it like more?
It's like realistic, cartoon, and anime all in one. Because I don't know. I just developed my own style. Like throughout school, that was always my thing. Before I started writing raps, if I finish my work, I'm drawing. I don't want to do shit else. I'll either draw or read a book. And then I would just keep drawing, and like as the years went on, it developed crazy. And then I remember in the 7th or 8th grade, I got a book that showed me how to draw anime characters. I don't have the attention span to go through the whole book and keep with the trial and error, so I just learned how to do the eyes, the eyebrows, the mouth, and I just took that and made it my own way. And then I drew realistically a lot, because I would like take wrestling magazines or album covers, and I'll just sit the paper next to it or trace it sometimes. I didn't like doing that though, but I'll just sit there, and I literally did a portrait of whatever Yin Yang Twins album had the Whisper song on it. Oh. Yeah, it wasn't the car, the United States of Atlanta. But it was the second version of it, because these niggas like me and my brother, then they did my brother and me, then they did United States of Atlanta, and then they did something else. The other one, I drew that shit, and I was like, oh, I could draw realistic as fuck. And I just took all those elements, and then the anime shit I learned, and I just made my own style out of it. It's kind of how I do a rap. I just find little pieces over the years, and they just develop into my own shit.
So is it more, your drawings, are they more like bold or like fine?
I would say fine.
You're Puerto Rican and black.
Puerto Rican, but I identify the fact that the tribe my family comes from are black. The Taínos.
Taínos. Tell me about Taínos.
I don't know too much just yet. My homeboy's actually giving me a lot of game on it, because he's super tapped into all the indigenous history and all that stuff. He's a Moor.
Right.
Yeah, so he's been putting me up on all that stuff. But my pops always used to tell me when I was a kid, like, we come from Taíno. Like, he stressed it. Yeah. I was like, okay. And then about a year or so ago, my homeboy, who's a Moor, he started putting me up on all this stuff, and then he brought up the Taínos. I was like, hold on. I was like, I know for a fact that that's what I am, because my pop's been telling me that. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, they're of the, either, it's, indigenous means the first people. There was another word that he gave me that it's like means either the first or the second. And he was like, Taínos are from that crop of black people that, that are indigenous to this land, or the founders. And I was like, really?
So Taínos, they're not considered like natives or Native Americans?
I guess you could say that, yeah, they're Native Americans. The real meaning of it, like the people native to this land. They're of the people that are native to this land. it's always made sense. My grandmother is the darkest person I've ever met in my life. I'm like, so how could I not be?
She's darker than me.
She was. She passed. But, nah, it's cool. But, yeah, she was ridiculously dark. And everybody in my family's dark except for, like, my dad's parents. But they're Puerto Ricans, man. It'd be like that. But I was like, it makes too much sense. And then, like, just everything I've identified with my whole life is just even in Puerto Rico, it's the whole light versus dark. So I would look at them, once I learned all this shit, I'm like, so stupid. I was like, y'all black people, but you talking about, oh, I'm light, I'm this. What does it matter? Like, I don't know, bro. It's just annoying. Considering, like, looking at the family I came from, one side's dark as fuck, a couple people on the other side are light. It don't matter.
Are they like?
Oh my gosh, it's the longest story. My family story is insane. So, from all the way from back with my grandparents, my mom's mother and my dad's father grew up in the same neighborhood in Puerto Rico. And obviously my dad's father, they're light, and my mom's side was dark. And then the person my grandfather ended up marrying to make my father, she's from the light side. And it was always an issue with my grandmother's side just because or my other grandmother's side because they were dark. And it's like, what's the issue? Like, y'all live y'all on a small fucking island. What does it matter? Like,
and I feel like the children and like the grandkids are the ones that like brings everyone together in a way.
I used to have to see that shit. I used to hear them say racist shit when I was a kid. Not them, but like people on other sides of the family, and I'd be like, why? Like, this for what? Especially growing up in the South, I'm like, oh, y'all really ain't around black people like that, huh? Like, y'all just in y'all own world. I'm like, I'm not around Puerto Ricans like that. Like,
so what really is it? Like,
it's just ignorance.
Why is it that like?
It's just they feel that they're better. It's like they showed in the Malcolm X movie. Like they imprint in your head that white is clean and all this, and black is bad and all that. It's like,
yeah.
But weirdly enough, I always took stupid shit from school that they probably weren't trying to teach you, but they did. Like when they taught me about colors and like how to market through colors and stuff, and they were like, black is classic and this and that, and I was like, so then how the fuck do y'all get all this from it, that it's dirty and scary and all this, when y'all sitting there telling me in marketing, though, it's classic, it's timeless. That's weird.
Your latest album, the name of that one is?
Wear Your Good Clothes. Wear
Your Good Clothes, yes. So you were telling me about this one, like the graphics, like the art on it. You grabbed an old ticket from... It was a
old poster, old flyer for a James Brown like live show. I don't know if it was important. It was just a James Brown flyer, and I was like, that looks cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. And with the sound of all the samples and all that, like I just wanted something that, in a nutshell, I was like, you could either ride out to it, you could sit there and fanboy over the lyrics, or you could fucking clean your house to it and not even pay attention to it at all. And then I was like, with the feeling of it. Because I had another project I was working on at the time called, that's still in the works, called Felines and 5950s. Or Felines and a 5950.
What is a 5950?
Fitted cap from New Era.
Oh.
Yeah. And so at the time I was like, all right, well, this is going to be the project that's going to come out before. I was like, but this also sounds like an event. So it all kind of matched up. I was like, wear your good clothes. I was like, this one's about to be about... It's got a fresh clothes type of title. Yeah. And then this one, I'm like, well, it sounds like an event. What do you do when you go to an event?
Your style and your flow, it reminds me of sort of like this 8Ball and MJG, Bun B, and even Young Bloods. So,
oh my God, I love the Young Bloods. That's hilarious that you say that.
What's your favorite song by them?
Oh my God.
I know you got a few.
Oh my God. It's tough, and it's sad that because I had their albums, but it's sad that I'm still picking the singles. It's either no, Chop Chop. Fuck that. It's not a single. Chop Chop. That shit was so different, but either Presidential or Damn. But Chop Chop. That's the one that I always remember. Because my brother had the album, whichever one it was, it looked like a painting of just them two inside their car. Because it was Drinking Partners and then it was that one. It was the second one. And every time, I think it was after Presidential, it was just chop, 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 and then these bells started going, and that nigga Sean P just came in, chop, chop, and it just banged. I was like, okay. And I didn't even have a car that had bass in it, and I knew that shit was hitting.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the Young Bloods are amazing.
The creation of music. Wow.
Sean P, the only nigga that could really have us wearing fucking shower caps. Snoop did it, and niggas didn't even do it. Sean P did it. They was like, I'm gonna wear these shower caps.
Wow.
Nigga made a song with Cherish, had everybody roller skating.
What was that? That was
Do It To It. Yeah.
Okay.
I was listening to that song yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Love the Young Bloods.
That album is a classic, that Cherish.
They super slept on.
Even with your music, like the samples that you use, some songs you like even have 2 samples in there, right?
I've been hearing. I don't like to listen to myself too much after I put the music out because I don't know because I think I critique it too much. But I've been hearing people tell me, they're like, dude, you had this Marvin Gaye sample on here and this, that, and third, and I was like, and I'll go back and listen. I'm like, I did, huh? Like on Fly Freestyle, I didn't realize that it sampled something off the Superfly album from Curtis Mayfield. I listened to that album all the time, and then it came on, and I was like, whoa, I rapped over that.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't even realize. I love this song, and I didn't even put 2 and 2 together when I made the song that I rapped over it.
You're not talking about If I Should Die Tonight, is it that one?
No.
Because you did use that sample.
I did?
Yes.
On which song?
It was on, damn, which one was it?
I probably sound so ignorant that I don't know the... Oh!
Yeah.
That's probably what my homeboy was talking about.
Something I don't know.
Yeah, I love that song.
Marvin Gaye.
That's what he was talking about.
Even Genuine you used as a sample.
Really?
Yes.
What song?
That's so funny. It was I'm Sorry I Hurt You.
Really? Oh, yes.
So where you get your samples from though? Like your instrumentals?
When I found the beats, it called out to me. Like I love samples. And it's like it's hard for me to find songs with samples that I want. So when I find something with a sample like that and it's obscure to me, I'm like, if it hits and it's obscure, like you're sitting here telling me it's Genuine, I'm like, I love Genuine and I didn't piece that together.
Yeah,
because I don't listen to myself too much to where I even get to figure out the sample sometimes, and it's sad. Like when I heard Fly Freestyle, I was like, that's Little Child Running Wild. I knew it was at the end, but I didn't realize they did it the whole time.
Yeah.
And then with that one, thank you. You just filled my mind because I love that sample, and I was like, what song is that?
I love them 4 pillows, dead right when we layin' as we sip Chardonnay and laugh hard. The Marlon Wayans, girl, don't start your playing. Cause that leads to Marvin Gaye and cut sheets that'll make us suck teeth on laundry day. And I've been long for 4 minutes in a day and I'm missing that. Sucker shit ain't something I be with and I'm strict with that. No country for no hoe shit. I used to lack emotion cause all was on my mind was fuck it. Now that's some hoe shit.